going on, guys? Back here in the garage, you already know, we're gonna be working on a Civic. Got a lot of fabrication to do. Some fun stuff. I'm excited. We're doing big things, but let's just get to it. So I've decided to tackle making an upper radiator bracket because right now there's literally nothing holding it in but just, the hose is keeping it there. And I've noticed it's moving a little bit. So this is what I've come up with so far, is I'm gonna build a bracket like this. It's gonna bolt to there, and I'll have a rubber grommet there. Yeah, I think that'll work. I really only need one. Just needs to keep it from moving. So I'm going to build this out of aluminum. I got it marked out, just need to cut it, and yeah, drill some holes, and hopefully it'll work. Yeah, not bad. It's not the best thing I've ever done in the world, but it'll work. So I decided to pull these axles out because I figured out that 100% of these axles are causing a vibration under acceleration. And I just bought some Yonakas. So hot tip for you guys, Yonaka sells a set for like swap axles, right? And if you look at the price, they're like $300. However, they also sell base model RSX axles that are half the price. I think they're like $170. It's the same part number. I got screwed. I ordered the ones for $300 thinking they were different. No, they're the 100% the exact same part number if you look them up. So yeah, hot tip, make sure just order base RSX axles because they're gonna ship you the same ones. Okay, so now I got the axles changed, we're gonna paint the calipers finally. I got this like G2 caliper paint stuff in a blue. I haven't tried this brand before, but it's kind of pricey, so hopefully it's good stuff. I would hope so for the price it costs, especially since it's just a tiny little can, but let's try it. Ta-da! Brake calipers are all painted. Turned out pretty good. I like it. I definitely made a mess of my floor in a couple spots, but turned out really good. Hell yeah, guys. Honestly, I thought I was gonna run out of paint because the description said that it was only enough to do 4 brake calipers, but not brackets. So I don't know if that's for like something with much bigger calipers than this or something. I don't know, but it turned out really good. So yeah, that works. Okay, next on the agenda, I tore the whole back of the car apart, and for good reason. 2 reasons. Basically, one of them is that I'm dropping this car off sometime this week for a guy to do PDR work. So yeah, it should help to have the interior panels off because he's going to be working on the quarter panels. But the other main reason for this is we're going to build a roll cage. Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of tubing a while ago. I had planned on doing this because it's going to be a full track build on this car. So because of some of the future things that I have planned, yeah, we're going to put a cage in it. So yeah, I had to tear this all apart. So I think the first thing I'm gonna work on is try and get the base plates welded in for basically behind the seats. So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with that and then kind of go from there. All right, so you can see I got the carpet pulled back and I kind of got these things marked out. So these are the base plates that I'm gonna be using. It's just 6x6 steel plate. It's like 120 wall thickness, which is the same thickness as the tubing I'm going to be running per regulations. Now, even though this car is probably never going to see an event where I actually have to, have a certified cage, all that stuff, because I don't really plan on drag racing. It's going to be track use, which, I mean, there are track events where it would have to be certified, but this car's mostly for, fucking around and whatever, but we're going to do it certified anyway, or at least try to get it up to specs. So we're going to be running 1 3/4 tubing, 120 wall with these plates. So this is approximately where I'm going to have it. First things first is I got to get all of this crap off of here, which honestly looks like it's going to be absolutely terrible, and I am not looking forward to this. But once we get that off of there, then I can kind of start tacking in, start molding this in, because I'm going to have to bend the floor pan, either bend the floor pan up or bend this plate. Probably easier to bend the floor pan up to meet that so I can weld this. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so change of plans. I'm waiting on somebody to bring me dry ice right now so I can break that shit up because it'll be way easier. So I started taking measurements for the actual main hoop. So I have all my measurements figured out, all my angles are figured out. I got that all figured out on here, got it all written down. I got some cheater pipes so I bent up some of these so I could actually figure out what angles I want to have. So now I know need 126.5 inches long, so I need to cut one of these pieces off and then start bending. I did go a little bit long on this just to make sure, so I'll end up probably, you know, chopping down the ends a little bit when I'm done, but for the moment, that'll be pretty close. Okay, dry ice showed up and some isopropyl alcohol. Check this out, guys. It's fucking dope. So cool. The simplest things. Ooh, it's doing things over there. Ooh, listen to that. Yeah, nice. All right. Hopefully it comes right up with this shit. Okay, first bend, good. I nailed the center line, that's what I was aiming for. Awesome, now we got like all the other bends to go. May have to move this outside because I think there's a chance I'll get close to the roof. I don't know, we'll see. Well guys, turns out I don't know how to math. I fucked it up. This ended up in the wrong spot. I don't know how I fucked that up because when I remeasured it, it should have been 10 inches from here, but 10 inches from here is like here, and I don't know how the fuck I came up with the mark over here. Shit, now I gotta start all over. At least I wasn't like at the end of it. I did buy 2 long sections because I was like, I'm gonna fuck this up. So yeah, hopefully I don't fuck this one up or I'm gonna have to go get more. All right, guys, I think we're getting somewhere. I fucked it up, and then I did it again, and I think we're doing okay. So I got, like, this one hoop is pretty much done. Or this part of it anyway. This one right here, I fucking nailed it, right in the center. This one, this 30 degree, it's off a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna matter because the other one's centered, so I think we're okay. As long as I can match the other side, I think we'll be good. Let's see if we can do that. Alright, we're not looking too bad. I did fuck up some of the angles a little bit. You can probably see in this video, you can see like right here, it's a little bit wider than it is here. Yeah, there's not too much I can do about that. I mean, other than that, it's pretty solid. It's the height from the top of there to the bottom is like perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. I think everything else is gonna fit. I did cut the bottom so that they're flush. That's actually sitting on the floor correctly right now. So I'm gonna try putting it in the car, see how we're at. I know there's gonna be a little bit extra gap right here. But I mean, there's not much I can do. I could try and bend this cage out some. It's gonna be really difficult to do, but I don't know. I mean, it'll probably be good enough to just run it. Let's test fit it in the car, see how we're looking. All right, guys, it's just sitting in there at the moment, but like it fits snug, like real snug, which is good because that's exactly how it's supposed to fit. Like you can see, like it's actually touching the plastic, like it's like on it, which is good because you want it as close to the body as possible. I do think I may have to pull the plastic trim off the sides. I don't think there's any chance I can run it with the way I have this cage right now. And it's probably gonna sit a little bit higher because once I pound this floor up and get it all welded in, it's gonna sit up a little bit higher. So it's gonna hug the roof line pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work just fine, guys. Yeah. Oh, and also guys, that dry ice works so good. I only put it in this area and like literally just like a few pounds with a hammer and that shit just fucking popped right off, no problem. I'm not doing the whole crazy fucking removing all of it. I mean, just the loose shit really, but yeah, I'm not taking it all out because I mean, it's still gonna be a street car even though it's gonna have a cage in it. And it really, I mean, we're talking, you know, 5-10 pounds. I mean, it can't be that much, so I'm not worried about it. All right, so now I'm working on the diagonal. I've got this kind of cut. I got one of these from like this, I think it's called like Centurion or something like that. It works really good. I should have bought 2, but I'm kind of an idiot. I didn't buy 2. It sits up in there. It's really hard to do with one hand, but I'm gonna tack that thing on there and make sure I can still get it in the car and kind of see where we're at. Because then I need to figure out where I'm going to put the harness bar in relation to the seat. Yeah, let's get this tacked on here. All right, sitting pretty good in there. I think I got this figured out. I was just kind of using a piece of pipe, trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to have it going. Essentially, you want your shoulder straps to be coming down at either 0 degrees, just straight out from the back, or 20 degrees down, like somewhere between there. You don't want it higher or lower. So I kind of measured, and it's looking like pretty much if I go right off the top of that yellow mark and kind of come down, like right here, it looks like it'll be pretty close to where I need it to be. So I think that's what we're gonna aim for. Okay, I got this one bar all cut so it'll fit, and it's all mocked up. I measured it. Everything is sitting perfectly level. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about at this point that I didn't really consider is that because I have this angle coming over further onto the passenger side, when I put this one in, I'm wondering how much room I'm gonna have for harnesses for the passenger seat, because it's gonna be really close to that. I might just tack this, put it in the car, and just make sure it's not too far off of center. I think I'll be okay, but it's gonna be close. Well, it's gonna be close, but I think it's gonna work just fine. It's definitely like right where I need it. For over here, just slightly below. I think this one, it's gonna be really close to this bar here when I run the harnesses, but I think it's gonna be fine. It's just gonna be like pretty much right up against it, but I don't think that'll be a problem. I think that'll work. So now let's build this bar and yeah, keep going. And it looks a little deceiving from that side, but you can see right here where that harness bar is. You can see it's like right where it needs to be, because I figured out the top of my shoulders is like right here. So it should be like perfect. I could either run it on the top, like run the strap on the top, or run on the bottom, depending on what angle I get. But I think it'll probably be on the top, but yeah, it's gonna work out. I hope you guys liked me trying to wrestle that thing in there. I've done that so many times. Now I think I got it down to a science getting that thing in and out of there. The first time I was like, dude, how the fuck is this gonna work? But yeah, we got it in there. But yeah, it looks pretty good in there, guys. I'll show you. Yeah, that's gonna work out pretty good. Just need to do the full weld on the hoop now. And yeah, then I'm gonna have to start doing the rest of this stuff. Now what I'm probably gonna have to do, I'm absolutely gonna have to do, is when it comes down to doing these down here, these plates, obviously I'm gonna have to clean up the floor really good. I'm gonna have to bash it up to get it level. And then what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to actually cut a hole in the floor so that I can drop this cage down, because otherwise I won't be able to weld the bars that are going towards the rear. So yeah, I'm gonna have to drill some holes. But I think before we get to doing that, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start working on these rear bars. But for the moment, let's just weld up this main hoop. That way we can at least have that done. And it's all welded up. That was a fucking shitload of welding. But it's, yeah, we're all done. Looking good. Yeah. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Hell yeah. Okay, I lied. I'm not quite done welding the main hoop because I got some gussets. I'm gonna put one here and put one in over there. Only because the only ones I have right now are these 3-hole 90-degree ones, so those are the only places I can put them. But yeah, we might use them for something else, but for the moment, yeah, we're gonna weld those two in and move on. Okay, I got those gussets on there, and I threw some etching primer on there because I want to make it easier to paint once it's in the car. Obviously, I'm still gonna have to sand some of this down to weld in, but it's only gonna be a couple spots, and at least this way, I won't have to do all the primer. It'll have to be part of it. That and it'll keep it from rusting while it's sitting in here. But yeah, I think I need to let this dry, and then we can start, doing some more things. Well, guys, I think that's going to be a good place to stop because there's a lot more that I need to put into this roll cage and a lot more video. So I think that's going to have to get split into a second video. But, I like where the direction is heading on this. It's working. I did make a couple mistakes, but I was able to fix them, and yeah, we'll continue on. But until then, like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Peace out.